Yes, sir. Finally, on May the 17th, 16 days and a half, because it's a little bit after 1 p.m. here on Sunday. The rain has finally blessed my little piece of ground here in the deep south. And it couldn't be more perfect. I mean, just look at that. It's not a extremely hard rain. It's not a light rain. I'd say it was medium. Just like a good watering. Temperatures cooled down. We were in the high 80s. And now we're in the 70s. And this just started. Oh, about 10 minutes ago. And at first, I didn't even think we'd see this, because it was so light, it hadn't even wet the ground. But as I was putting things away for what looks like today now, this started. And you can just hear, that is, if you listen, you can hear the plants just going, and embracing it. Everything has perked up within the first 10 minutes. Because yes, most plants will absorb moisture right through their foliage as well as transpire, especially under drought conditions like we've been having. And you know what else is a blessing? I don't hear the first clap of thunder, and the wind never got above maybe medium breeze like you're seeing now. Maybe we're at 4, 5, 7 miles per hour at times. You just can't get any better than this. Now, I surely hope we get this throughout the remainder of the day and into the night, because that's really what you need. A nice, long, gentle rain. One that the ground, as well as the plants, the trees, the wildlife, and old Mr. Tom can soak on up. But as you can see, it's diminishing to just a light rain, a sprinkling. But this was the perfect rain when we were children. And we used to get these all throughout the spring and throughout the summer in my state of Alabama, southeast Tennessee, Georgia. And there wouldn't be all the thunder and violent weather. Not as much as there is now. Now there was at times. But trust me, I can remember getting out and playing in the rain so many times. But what Mama and Daddy always said, if it was thunder and lightning, you had to come on in the house. Or if they heard the first clap of thunder, you weren't going out. And if you were out, Mama'd be on the porch screaming for you. And you better be making tracks to get back in. Or somebody be making tracks on your backside when you did finally get back. But you'd have a warm bottom for the rest of the evening. And I'm a little bit wet at the moment, because I took my time getting things up today. Sort of walking out in it, just like I would have, 55 years ago or more. I remember walking down those tar and gravel roads out in the countryside, North Alabama, or earlier in my young life. The steep mountainsides, Pennsylvania and New York State. Whew, those are some sweet days and some sweet memories. And all through my life since then, I've worked so much, I rarely ever had time to walk in the rain. It became an inconvenience to me. You know, I had to get wet, run into the car, to go to work, to go to shopping. I had to run back to get in the car. All my stuff would get wet. It made it troublesome to commute back and forth to work, or even to go out shopping, or for some rare occasion to eat out, see a movie. But since I retired back in 2018, oh, those memories of the rain when I was young, when I could appreciate it for what it is, have came back to me. And I can stand out on my little front porch, and you're gonna get a little bit moist because it's not a big front porch, as y'all know. But that don't matter. Just to listen to it dripping from the eaves of the house, all the trees. I mean, it's ever so light rain now, but under the trees, it's a little bit heavier as all the droplets run down the leaves, the stems. Actually, right now, you'll get wetter standing under the trees than you will out in the open yard. Oh, you just don't get no better than this, folks. I just looked. It's now 74 degrees. Perfect. A light breeze. You just couldn't ask for anything better. And I've been needing this rain sorely, because I've been watering once in the morning, once in the late afternoon, every day. And I count those gallons, because like I told you, Tallahassee is real proud of their water, and even prouder of their sewer charge. See, if you use water to water your gardens, your yard, they're going to charge you sewer charge on it, which is twice as much now as what they charge for the water. Now, some of y'all are going to say, well, you can get you another meter put in. Oh yeah. If I was made of money, I could. I'd get me another water meter put in, and I could use that to irrigate. Or some of you'll say, you got to get some rain catchment, Mr. Tom. Well, as you can see, I would have had to have one extremely large tank to go for 16 days. And I've actually done those calculations. And the tank I would need to get the longest period, average dry spell we've been having over the last 5 to 7 years was around 5,000 gallons. Not only is that a very large tank, very pricey, but that takes a big hole, put it in the ground, because there ain't no way the city would ever let me leave it on top of the ground. So it'd have to go in ground. And yeah, then I'd have to pump it out. Now, I could do that with a solar pump. Also, very pricey. Yeah, you can do anything with money. And that's how I used to do things long ago. Now, I sort of like to try to get by on as little as possible. You see, when you strive to get by on as little as possible, it becomes an adventure, in my mind. I mean, because you can do anything in life with enough money. It takes being creative, having some imagination, some skills, knowledge, to get by on the least possible. Or that's how I feel about it, in my mind. Now I got a song going through my head right now. Can't share it with you. Oh, YouTube will come down on me with a copyright strike. But I may fit some music appropriate to this gentle rainfall. But you know what? This is just perfect to take a little walkabout. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And yep, I'm going to get wet. But I'm going to enjoy it. So the lens may get a little foggy. Might get a little blurry, folks. But that's okay. I don't think you'll mind. I'll just point you down a little bit. And maybe y'all won't get so wet too. Ooh, look how beautiful that Latanya bush is. I'm going to tell you what. I've seen several butterflies on this. I thought I saw a monarch, but I think it was a viceroy. You know, they're sort of kind of same colors, just different patterns. And I actually saw 2 hummingbirds. I'm hoping they're a mating pair. Now, up here, the dewberries and the blackberries pretty much finished up for the season. But my heather, I think that's what this purplish flowers are. Somebody told me, could be wrong. Is looking simply beautiful. Oh, there's a berry. There's one right there. Yep. But just one. And a tiny one at that. I swear to you, if you listen really closely, you'll hear the plants saying, oh. Well, I think you heard that. To the northeast. The rumble of thunder. But here on my little piece of ground, she's quiet. That's probably 10 miles away or more. And the rain is ever so light right now. But the plants, they're going to be drinking it up. And there is nothing better than God's given rain. Nothing. Not even well water. Rain, I think we all know if you garden, whether it's flower gardening, vegetable gardening, everything just seems to pop, stand up, and for a couple of days afterwards, seems to grow so much more vibrant than with us just watering it. Now I guess if you have really nice well water, you probably get similar results. Well, you can tell old Mr. Tom getting old. I left one of my lawn chairs out again. That's okay. It needed the rain. Getting a little dusty. I don't mind. Well, I know this little raised bed is just soaking it up. You know, that's something about when you're watering. Especially when you're watering like a row or a particular plant, so you don't put the water down on all of the surface. So yes, a lot of the water does sink down to the roots, but it also spreads out to a lot of the surrounding ground, soil. It's just a wicking action. I mean, it's just like with take and you put a drop on a paper towel. It spreads. Now, when you're watering, especially spot watering or row watering, that takes place as well. So you lose some of the effectiveness when you're just watering. Unlike rain, whew, the entire ground gets all a nice drink. As you can see, of course, you see where last thing I did yesterday evening was water that raised bed, and then I drug the hose over here to keep it under the oak. So today it would be out of the sunshine, because I wasn't expecting this rain. I looked at the weather radar about 2:30 this morning when I finally put my head to rest. Spent late into the night sending out some replies to emails, as it is right now. And I got 47 more to go. I'll be finishing them up today as well. And most of you know about my email situation. And if for some reason you send an email, give me another couple of days. If you haven't got a response, send it to me again. Because I'm going to actually strive to do better by all of this. But granted, even old Mr. Tom can only do so much. Those radishes, they just love it. And I checked the dirt this morning, because I watered the stew out of these last night. Came out here this morning around 8, and about an inch down from the top of the soil, at least an inch and a half down, it was fairly dry. I mean, slightly moist. And that's why raised planters here, like I say, they're great. Easy to manage if you don't mind watering. I'll be snipping a few leaves off my lettuce today because I'm going to have a little side salad tonight. I think I'll be cooking up that steak that my son brought me. Well, in all truth, I'm going to be cutting that thing in half so I can have 2 meals out of it instead of just one. Tomatoes, whew. And I've been watering them too. Twice, once in the morning, once in the afternoon, but look at them. So vibrant green. Now those Atkinsons, I've been watching them. They stay a lot more perky. And they're a lot more vibrant green. And I don't know if the camera will pick it up than these Beefmasters are. See, they're just a little bit lighter green. So this is going to be a good trial. Now granted, I've never grown a Beefmaster in my life. But I've grown those Atkinson before. So I already know they're going to be a proven performer. We'll just have to see about these Beefmasters. They're a hybrid too. Where the Atkinson is an heirloom. But like I tell all of y'all, today's heirloom was once upon back in time a hybrid too. You can look all that up on old Mr. Google. But they're looking fine. And I swear to you, I think I can already see the yard starting to green up. Now, of course, like I say, I'm looking a little bit moist now. And my old moccasins, and my socks, and my feet are wet. You know, just like they used to be when we were little ones out playing in the rain. And of course, as soon as we got home, Mama would scold us because you get those wet things off right now before you catch your death. Yep. Of course, now we all know you catch colds and flu and viruses, which are more prevalent in cooler temperatures, but not necessarily getting wet. You'd never convince my mama, my grandmama, or my great-grandmother of those things, and I never tried. So, sky's still a little dark in places. I have seen thunder, or heard thunder. I haven't seen no lightning, just heard the thunder from it. And that, to the north and to the south. And like I say, it's about 10 miles off. And if you look out there at the big old water tank, you can see the dark sky to the north. And it's looking a little lighter to the west, but these are little pop-up showers that are coming through, because there's a big storm that's now up in Michigan, Ohio Valley, and that thing is pulling the moisture up straight out of the Gulf, right across the top of Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Alabama, Tennessee, on up through Michigan, the Great Lakes area, Georgia, Florida. I mean, you can see it all the way from the upper Michigan Peninsula, where I think it's probably rather intense right now, pulling that moisture all the way up and down here in the deep south. Mother Nature is mighty and awesome. But aren't all God's creations? I think so. You can hear the birds coming back out. I've seen many of them sitting on the tree limbs. I don't know if y'all noticed it. Just shake it. Shake the water off, and then they'll sit there and get wet again, shake it off again. They don't seem to find any true cover. I think they're getting their bath too. I remember doing that as a child. Great-grandmother get that wash tub out, and there'd be a light to medium rain. You get all wet. She'd scrub you up. Maybe some of you my age or a little older can remember those days too. I'm proud I still can. And there has been occasion when I've been remodeling the homes I've lived in the past, especially when they were out in the country, that I still got a bar of soap, old washcloth, and I've took a bath, or you might say a natural shower, during such a rain too. They say rainwater, the best thing you can wash your hair in. Well, I say pretty much, probably the best thing you can wash in, period. So it's just a light drizzle right now. But somehow, I'm thinking, this won't be the last little shower today. Ooh, I know the blueberries, they love it. I'm going to tell you one of the things about planting them there. First of all, they're a little bit shaded, which I'm worried about, because they say put blueberries in full sun. Of course, down here, I've done that, and they just all die. So I put them here as an experiment, and as you can see, they've done quite well. I would say. I want you to look at this limb. Ooh, look at that. You see all them berries? And they're going to drink up this water. And with all that water running off the roof, right down to the base of these blueberries, they got a good water. So proud I didn't have to pay for it. But I know we haven't got much yet. And I've got to clean up this old rain gauge here. But let's see. Well, it would look like we got 2/10 of an inch. I'll take it. Maybe a little more, since that rain gauge is partially blocked by this blueberry. And of course, somewhat under all these trees. But that's sort of important to know too. How much is getting to the ground underneath the trees. That's why I've got 3 different rain gauges out. One's out in the clear, one's to the east of the house, and of course that one there on the west corner. And if you got rain gauges, I would suggest you put them in different areas of your property as well, but that's just me. Because everything from the structures to the trees have an impact on the rain that's hitting your piece of ground. Just watch it some days. But this ain't nothing like old Regan's been getting down there in southwest Louisiana. His last 2 videos, whew, he's been getting pounded. I mean, he might want to start getting a pontoon boat or a barge ready. Boy, he's been getting the rain. I'll take this. But I'm sure in a way, once he assesses and gets everything stood back up, he'll be thankful, as long as there's not too much damage. I'm hoping and praying there's not. I'm not sure you can see the clouds moving, but they are traveling, drifting up there. I have noticed a lot of traffic in the neighborhood today. Mostly cars I don't recognize. So y'all, so far, it's been a wonderful day. And like many of y'all know, Mr. Tom was up into the wee parts of this morning, because I conversed with some of y'all in the comments. And you may have saw it when you woke up. And sent out some emails. Responses in the wee hours of the morning too. And that's what I'm going to devote the majority of today. Catching up on the last 47. Or at least that's how many I had when I shut it down about 2:30 this morning. Catch a few hours of sleep. And I think somebody asked me, I can't remember who, Mr. Tom, when do you sleep? Well, when I can. And I don't mind. This has become a joy. Not only for my children, my grandson, my friends, family here in real-time life, but all of y'all out there in our community, in our virtual neighborhood that I count as friends as well. Now occasionally we get the disgruntled person, but I must admit, overall, that's only a rare occasion, and that's okay. So I'm going to go on in. Well, I may sit out here a little bit more. Right now, the rain has stopped, but here on my piece of ground still sounds like a gentle rain, because we still got a lot of that rain dropping off the leaves and limbs of all these trees. So it'll sort of kind of be raining here for the next 10-15 minutes or more until all that runs off. And I need to get some cold water and try to get this video on out to y'all. And I may get out another one, because I said I was going to do the blessing video today. I'm going to try my best, but that may come out tomorrow morning, because I had some difficulty here with the old GoPro. Had to work on it and that. So I do hope wherever y'all are, and I know a lot of y'all are up in Ohio, Michigan, got some very nice ladies. One especially up there in Michigan, in Ohio. I'm sure there's many more that probably seen a whole lot of rain today, and I just hope it's not bad weather for them. I hope their place, their families and loved ones come to no harm today. And of course I will be keeping all of y'all in my thoughts and prayers, as I do every day. And I know many of you keep me and Kitty Crew, and now I'll feel you, in your thoughts and prayers too. Now the Kitty Crew, they're hunkered down right now. You know how cats and rain and water are. Even Trix. But the Kitty Crew not outside. Well, she come to the door edge and said, nope, you ain't tricking me into a natural bath. No way. Oh, me. You just gotta love them though. So y'all, till I see you on the next video, take care, and I mean that. Stay safe. Keep your families safe, your loved ones safe. Let's pray for essential workers, those that have to work, our community here on this virtual neighborhood, our country, and our planet. Till next I see you, may God bless each and every one of you, your families, and your loved ones. Goodbye for now. Can't wait for the next shower to come. I'm thinking another one's coming. Better go in and see Trix. She's probably going to be mad at me. Okay. Well, there's another good use for an Amazon box. Keeping the old bottom from getting wet while it's sitting on the porch. The porch just ain't big enough. It rains, the porch gonna get wet. But you know, I love my little porch. It'll be just fine. Trix, what's going on? What's going on, Shacker-lacker? What my baby doing? Being grumpy kitty? You being grumpy kitty? Why didn't you want to come out? Why? You won't get wet? You don't want no bath? You want a bath? No? You don't want no bath? I'll put some of that nice pet soap on you. What do you think? Next little rain shower, don't turn your back on me. You know how irritated that gets me. You know, face me like a woman. Now. No? You want to get a bath? Come on. It's been a while. No. She ain't gonna have it. Trust me that. And you don't want to force her either. You know I love you. You love Papa. Trixie. You love Papa? I know you do. You just... What was that? Am I that boring? Okay. I'm gonna leave you be. It's not food time yet. Food time will be in a little bit. Later, all.